Hey, welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. So, yeah, Texel ewes, freshly shorn, ready to lamb. It's been an incredibly wet year for us.
Yeah.
Finished up 2018 way above record rainfall.
Yeah.
Amazing record rainfall.
Yep.
Wet. And 2019 hasn't failed us either. So it's rained every single week. And it's just an absolute muddy mess here in East Tennessee. So, but ewes are faring well. We usually lamb in the pasture here on the farm and tease them in with their lambs and bring them in this shed to process the lambs and make sure they're ewes are gonna milk okay, and lambs are gonna fare and do good for about 3 or 4 days, and then they go back out. But this year, kind of flip around and show you what we're dealing with. It's just mucky. It's wet. It's overcast daily, raining daily, and we're just not going to lay them outside. We're going to let them. I opened this shed up, brought some feeders in here, and I guess we'll feed them in here at night and feed them hay and some corn, and let them bed down and eat. Yeah, there's a few goats left in this pasture. We haven't got them moved yet. We're going to get them out of here. We used to raise Alpine dairy goats, and these are just stragglers from the herd after we sold out. There was an older doe here that we raised that's got a lot of age on her. She's ancient, and she stayed and had a couple of kids last spring, and so they're just kind of hanging out for now. And they cleaned up some briars for us last year in the spring in a back pasture that had never been utilized before by us anyway. So this is these are the ewes, Texels. We've got just a medium frame type ewe, 150, maybe the 175 pound ewe. We like to run. The rams are a little heavier, 250 to 300, typically on a mature ram, but these ewes keep real easy. We'll kind of try to get up closer to some of them, and you can tell they're well fleshed. They don't have a lot of ribs sticking out coming into lambing. They're not overly fat, carrying too much condition. They're just kind of right, and we've just maintained them on a real poor quality grass hay all year. Beef cow quality hay, maybe 9%. It's just roughage. It's what we can get here. There's just, unless you buy square bales, there's not round bales made here that are of really high quality that we found anyway. So we have to supplement them a little bit, and Texels are an easy keeping, easy fleshing breed, and coming into to lambing, we maintained them on half corn gluten, half whole shelled corn, and now we're backing off on that gluten and taking them just to straight shelled corn to get our protein down. They have a tendency, when you have a really high protein with this breed, if you're at 12, 12 higher than 12% in our experience, years we've been 14-15% on feed, especially with single lambs, you get a really big lamb. And we like for these ewes to have a 10 and 11, 9, 10, 11 pound set of twin lambs is ideal. Those big 14, 15, 16 pound lambs, sometimes, I sort of goofed on management last year and didn't really, we had such a long lambing season, I didn't have the ability to separate pre-lambing ewes from post-lambing ewes that already lambed. And so, of course, when the ewes lamb, we want to get their protein back up and get their calorie intake up so that they milk well. And that sort of bit me in the behind, because we had some straggler ewes. We had ewes lambing in February, and we had some straggler ewes last year that we kind of waited through October breeding and held them off, hoping that semen would come in from the UK and we would be able to AI some for March, and we just didn't get it in here in time, and I ended up turning a ram in November, and so we had April lambs. And so mid-February through April, it was a really long lambing season, and those into April lambs, we had just an odd year of mostly single lambs, and we had some really big lambs, and we had to pull some lambs, and it was my fault. We just had them on too high protein, so I'm hoping that the gestation and lambing period this time is tighter, okay? I'd like to be done in 30 days instead of 90 days, but we'll see. Yeah, we really like this breed just because of the feed efficiency. They really do good on forage for the most part. There's a ewe or two in the flock that have a little different genetic package. Probably have some other breeds mixed in it in generations past, and required a little bit more maintenance on my part as far as deworming. Times they needed deworming, more feed. Didn't do as well on grass, didn't flesh up as well on grass, and I don't know that those girls are going to hang around here much. We're not a high maintenance program. Our kids do show some 4-H. I enjoy exhibiting the livestock, and that takes some condition, more management, more time on our part. But I don't want to maintain my entire flock that way. It's not healthy on them. It's not healthy on my pocketbook. And so, the operation has to pay for itself. And you can't maintain your ewe flock like you do a bunch of prissy show lambs or yearlings. So, we want an easy keeping type sheep that'll go out and perform well on grass, be hardy, be resistant to parasites. And the Texels, for the most part, you get straight purebred Texel genetics. They look to be really hardy and have a lot of natural ability to battle parasites with their immune system, and not a bottle of expensive chemical dewormer in your valuable time. So we appreciate that about the breed. That's not really common in most wool breeds. See it a lot in Katahdins. Katahdins have the hair sheep have a unique ability to have an immune system response to battle the parasites. The Texels do it a little different in the way they battle it. It takes a little bit higher of an egg count on the Texels before their immune system kicks in versus Katahdins for some of them. And some of them get to 200 or 300 eggs per gram, which is low, and they kick in an immunity and drop that worm load back to nothing. And that's based on research that I've seen coming out of West Virginia University and Virginia Tech. They've done, both universities have done a lot of studies on parasites, grass-based forage, with both Texels and Katahdins. West Virginia University has a really big flock of Texels started, and they're doing a lot of valuable research on the breed and showing some real positive things about the sheep. So we're excited to be part of that, and the lambs do good. They gain good. These Texels milk really, really well. They're really good mothers. They're tough mothers. They're protective. They're not flighty. They're docile, as you can see. You know, they're happy. I've got the little guy in here helping me today. Hey, Lucas, wave at the camera. Tell everybody hi.
Bye.
Say hi. How are you doing?
Hi. How you doing?
Are you enjoying the sheep? Whose buddy are you? Hey, Lucas, whose buddy are you? Huh? Are you my buddy? Yeah.
Interested in the type of buddy.
You are? Are you helping me today?
Yeah.
Are you working hard?
Yes, I'm trying to get this out and finish.
Okay. All right.
This does not have hair in it.
So anyway, guys, lambs do good. You know, we generally always get a half a pound of gain or better. We've had lambs in the past over a pound a day gain in the first 60 days. You know, pound, 1.1, 1.2 pounds per day, and that's just incredible. You know, it's incredible, and that, you know, we appreciate them for that. We can wean off a 60-pound or heavier lamb, set of twins, and at 90 days, when we wean a little later. We don't do an 8-week weaning. We do a 90-day weaning on them, and let them get all the milk they want. And when we can wean those off, and they've got a good healthy start, and the commercial, you know, you wean off commercial lambs like that, they're ready to take to the market to that 60, 80-pound range. You get your times right, hit the Easter and the fall market when prices are up, and you know you've done well, because you fed mama good, she's milked well for you, and that's money in the bank. So you know, we like them because we don't have to hold and feed lambs for an extra 60, 90 days. And now for our big cuts, we actually process lamb at a USDA facility near us, and sell retail cuts from the Texels. And that requires a little heavier lamb for us. We like them to be at about 130 pounds. And you know, we get 70 to 80 pounds of meat, depending on the yield, on 130 pound lamb. And that's where we like to be on them. Of course, we have to hold them and put some extra time in them to get them there. But guys, it's well worth it. It's they have a good lean meat with intermuscular marbling, kind of like beef does, and it's tender, mild flavored. Matches really well with the Katahdins. Really, really, really well with the Katahdins. Use a Texel ram on a bunch of Katahdin ewes. You've got ease of lambing. Good growth rates, hybrid vigor. And that Texel sure adds the extra muscling in those lambs that we need. Increase the loin-eye area of your lambs to give you a bigger loin chop cut. And improve the leg score. You know, bigger leg of lamb, more meat, more usable meat, and that's what you want. Improves the dress yield. In our experience, a lot of Katahdins are around 40-45% dress yield. You know, if you can get that up to 50, 55, 58%, that's more red meat for your consumer, more red meat for the butcher. That's what they want. More pounds of meat is on your lambs, the more profit you'll see in your operation. So yeah, we're really pleased with them. They've done really well. We've tried to cull heavy, you know, anything that doesn't meet our mark of hardiness, of parasite resistance, ease of keeping. They got to go. So, you know, they make good sausage. Summer sausage made out of old coil ewes is pretty tasty. So it's all right. We don't pass those coils on to other producers. We try not to do that. If they're not going to work for us, you know, the producers that come and depend on us to supply them with rams for the most part are folks that want the easier keeping type of sheep. They don't have to do a whole lot of maintenance on them. So we've got to stay in that track in our breeding and keep on that path to achieve the goal. So. Yes, Lucas, the goat's going to have a little one soon, huh? Hey, Lucas, do you like goats? Do you like goat milk? Do you like goat milk?
I don't like regular milk.
You don't like regular milk? You like our farm milk we milk out of our cow and goats? Yeah. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It tastes like natural milk.
Yeah, what's Sissy's cow's name?
Rosie.
Say it real loud.
Rosie!
Rosie, you're right. What was Rosie's mama's name? Do you remember?
No.
You don't remember what the old cow's name was we had? What was her name? Corabeth.
Corabeth.
Yay!
I'm right.
Hey, can you tell everybody, see you later?
See you later.
Say, come again another day.
Come again another day.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.